Hi guys, it's me. First of all, some housekeeping. I need to apologize to everyone about my absence. Just been, I guess, dealing with some stuff in the background. Um, so I haven't been focusing on YouTube and I probably should have put in a post, but it is what it is. So I am better, feeling better, getting better. So there you go. So I do have a bit of a compilation. I've got four morons today, starting from, kind of short to a much longer chat that's currently going on. So we're going to start with Hugh Jackman to begin with. Hello, adorable fan. Thanks for the endless care, support. Kisses from me to you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. He said to me at the end of January. And he'd left his location on, so I just sent a lot of laughing emojis and a couple of Nigerian flags. I said, 5 usernames, tisk tisk. Who were you pretending to be before Hugh? To which he responded with, I understand this and trust that I'm trying to resolve it, but there's not much more I can do other than make everyone aware of it. Completely trying to avoid the pointy question. To which I said, you're trying to resolve your own fake profile, and sent 3 laughing emojis. Then I continued, how about you don't make fake profiles and pretend to be famous? That would fix the issue, wouldn't it? To which my scammer responded with, I like you thought on this, but it's surely me you're talking to. Said no Australian ever. Do you still doubt? He followed on, incredulous that I could be doubting. To which I responded, it's not though, is it? Meaning it wasn't him. Because I'm an Aussie and I can tell immediately that you aren't. And in response to do you still doubt, I said, linguistics, little man, linguistics. Your English isn't good enough to pull this off, mate. To which my scammer responded with, but you're still here. You still have the hope of finally meeting me, so even if it's a 0.1% chance, you're in for it. Which summarizes A, why scammers are successful with celebrity scams, and B, how they've figured out human psychology. And so many victims will actually say that they've invested so much or that their heart's desire is there, they'll even take that tiny, tiny chance. So, in response to that, I said, no, I'm here to bust hustlers. The damage you cause to people and the celebrity you're imitating is incalculable. I'm sure your mother is so proud of you. And then I continued, I've met Hugh twice, and he's a normal person. Not at all like you imagine he or any celebrity is. That's what you muggles don't understand. Shame on you. Really, just shame on you. To which he responded with, you've got harsh tone like it. You want to talk? Obviously because I had kept messaging and I think he'd had rejections all day. And in response to you've got harsh tone like it, I said harsh for hustlers who lie and take money by deception. Yes, absolutely. It's a shitty thing to do to someone. And in response to you want to talk, I said you're the one still responding, which makes me think you have no clients and have no remittance today. That makes me happy. And at that point, he decided I was going to be too much trouble and poddled off. On to the next. Now we're going to meet Johnny Depp, who unfortunately his account is still up, and I absolutely hate that. Doesn't matter how many times I report them. So he had the ingenious idea of approaching me with, write me now, sweetie, and sending a photo of Johnny. To which I said, what for, fake Johnny? You didn't read the PSA he posted, did you? And sent an insane amount of laughing emojis. Shout up, sweetie, he said, completely annoyed at this point. I said, you shut up, fraud. How can you call my photo fake? Said my scammer, and that summarizes that. Their intelligence right there in a nutshell, thinking photo was enough proof. I said, you can't even speak English. And in response to how can you call my photo fake, I said, because it's from online, you muppet. This the reason I'm very upset with everything, said my scammer. Everything gets me upset, he laments. To which I said, the reason is you can't speak English, you amateur. Are you taking my simplicity for granted, sweetie? Said the scammer who didn't realise he'd just called himself a fucking idiot. I said, you're Nigerian and about 19. Get a real job, Mugu. And in response to, are you taking my simplicity for granted, sweetie? I said, your simplicity. Laughing emoji. You just called yourself dumb. Yes, I know you are, you moron. Go away. Because at that point, I was done. Enough, declares my incensed scammer. I said, no remittance for Mugu here. Cry, Mugu, cry. Beg for scraps from my table, little boy. I was feeling particularly vicious that day for other reasons. Thought you such an amazing angel. Look at the word you use on me, said the scammer, who forgot he wasn't meant to be Nigerian and shouldn't understand the word Mugu. To which I sent a Nigerian flag and lots of laughing emojis. And in response to thought you were such an amazing angel, look at the word you use on me, I said, you're a moron, you Mugu. To which he responded with, what makes you this heartless sweetie? Adding the sweetie on the end there, hoping to lure me back. I said, you're a total Mugu, get a real job. And in response to what makes you this heartless sweetie, I said, because you're a liar and a thief, F off. No clients or remittance for Mugu here. And then I responded to the photo and said, scammer, at which point he stopped talking to me. Did not block me though, so who knows, this Mugu might come crawling back. Another shorter one before we get to the main event. Meet Simon Pegg, who messaged me only a few days ago. Hello dear, thanks for your great love and support, I really appreciate. Love heart. I said, okay, whatever you say. I wasn't feeling it. Are you a fan of mine? He said. I said, depends on who you're claiming to be, doesn't it? A simple name on a profile with not even a photo doesn't exactly fill me with confidence. To which he responds, I know you must be surprised I'm writing to you over here, but do not panic. Yes, I always panic. It's me, Simon Pegg. I can't come this far claiming someone's identity. Yeah, I had to try and figure that logic out. I have seen your likes and comments several times on my official pages, in plural apparently. That's the reason I had to reach out to you personally. To which I said, nobody's panicking, mate. If you just read what I write and stop copy-pasting nonsense. I guess you're tonally and linguistically illiterate. New account and already a name change with not even a photo, tisk tisk. Which got a response of, oh my God, because he may not have ever been spoken to in this manner. To which I said, yes, shock, horror. One of the 300 fake celebrity profiles have hit me up. Blah. Q format in brackets. Which our Muppet then went on to write, do you even know how lucky and opportune your tarot me? To which I just went, yikes, your English slipped there, didn't it? I guess it would, you not being British. But obviously this guy's a complete idiot. Pardon? Came the incensed response. I said, you're pardoned. Not. There's no excuse for this nonsense. Prove yourself or buzz off. And in brackets, cue unironic indignation like a child. To which my scammer responded with, I guess you aren't that lucky fan. You should just go ahead and block and delete me if that's what you really want. But I won. Take more insults from you. To which I just sent lots of laughing emojis and a Nigerian flag. I said, oh, format, Mugu. Make better choices with your life. Goodbye and get a real job. At which point he poddled off. I don't think he'd bothered to block me. Let me check. Nah, profile still active. I don't even know why I bother anymore. So Bruno Mars hit me up. Now he's been silent for 15 minutes, so I will make this. I have no doubt he'll return. I think he's trying to catch friendlier fish right now, so to speak. So I will do that. If he does come back, I'll make a part 2. Now I need to preamble this by apologizing to my American viewers. Everything that I'm about to say down here somewhat may be true, but a lot of it isn't. I was just trying to rile this guy up, so please forgive me in advance, keyboard warriors. So, on Monday, hey, how you doing today? I always notice your comments on my official photo page, so I decided to message you personally from this private page. Love heart, love heart, love heart. I just want to say I love and I appreciate you. Thank you for your support. Love heart, love heart, love heart, said Bruno Mars. I do follow his page with this account, but I've never commented nor have I ever liked a post. I said, that's strange, considering I've never commented once, nor liked a single post, which made him go away for a while. And he returned later on. Actually, I was going through my official page when I came across your profile. You like my post, that was why I sent you a message to appreciate for your love and support. Well, I hope you're having a great day. So, are you one of my special true fan? Said no celebrity ever. To which I responded, which post would that be then, seeing as I went back to check? You said, and I quote, I always noticed your comments on my page. That wasn't true, so why do you say that? To which he responded, oh, I may understand this are all comments, so I don't have to go looking for the post to prove that to you. I believe you understand more better, which is scammer language for, oops, I fucked up, and hopefully you'll shut up about it. Then he continued, thanks for being a fan. I really appreciate love heart. What is your name? So in response to, oh, I may understand this are all comments, so I don't have to go looking for the post to prove that to you. I believe you understand more better. I responded with, so you send the same message to everyone? Like some sort of script? And in response to thanks for being a fan, what's your name? I simply put Magrat, a character in a Discworld novel. Seeing if he'd noticed that my name was actually on my account, but this one was a bit dim-witted. So, in response to so you send the same message to everyone like some sort of script, my scammer said, no, not everyone. I personally choose to send you this message. And in response to Magrat, he said, you got a nice name, and I'm sure your night was awesome. I'd like to hear from you this morning, he said. So, yesterday morning at 6 o'clock, I said, how could you, when I haven't liked or commented on a single post? In response to, no, not everyone, I personally choose to send you this message. And in response to me having a wonderful name and that he'd like to hear from me, I simply said, if you say so. So I got a response about lunchtime yesterday. In response to how could you when I haven't liked or commented on a single post, he said, oh, I guess you forgot because you actually did, but not on the new posts. Are you saying that you are not my fan? Some emotional blackmail there. And in response to if you say so, my idiot goes, I'm glad to hear from you. How was your day? So I said, I have no recollection of ever commenting or liking a single post. I'll go back and have a look. And I did double check and no. Good, he said. I'm sure that you know who's chatting with you here, ... trying to gauge whether I'm disbelieving him or not. So I played along for a while. And in response, I have no recollection of ever commenting or liking. I'll go back and check. My scammer said, when you see that, you let me know. You'll be shocked that you did that. And when I didn't respond, he goes, waiting. So I said, huh? In response to that, good, when you see that, you'll know who's chatting with you here, pretending I didn't know he was fake. And in response to, when you see that, you let me know, you'll be shocked that you did that, waiting. I said, I'll get to it when I get to it. Some of us have work, you know. And then I decided, because he didn't respond, I said, I've just checked back over 15 months and nothing. Where did you really find my profile? Sure, I do. You found your profile in my official page. If I didn't see it there, I wouldn't have messaged you direct from my private account. Well, I guess you know I'm also a busy person, right? His English completely deteriorating. Have you been listening to my music? He desperately tries to get the chat back on track. So in response to that first bit of word salad, I went, I find that highly doubtful considering on average about 1.5 million people comment or like a post, calling out that he had found me in his sea of millions of followers. And in response to, have you been listening to my music? I said, not recently. Nothing since insert paragraph here or Chains, neither which is a song that belongs to Bruno, and the first one isn't anything at all. So, in response to, I find that highly doubtful considering on average about 1.5 million people comment, he responds with, you can say that again. You know, first world problems and all that. I'd like you to tell me about yourself though, he said, frantically trying to turn the conversation again. So in response to, you can say that again, I said, I have 3 times now and you're still prevaricating. And in response to, I'd like you to tell me about yourself though, I said, like what exactly? So in response to being told he was prevaricating, he said, "No, it might be a mistake. No one is prevaricating here. I'm just being honest," said the scammer, who had no idea what prevaricating meant. And in response to what exactly, he said, "Are you my true music fan?" Again, repeating that big mistake you scammers listening make. No one fucking talks that way. Seriously. So in response to "no, it might be a mistake, no one is prevaricating," I went, "Uh-huh." The absolute disbelief dripping off my words, but this one was also tonally an idiot. And in response to "are you my true music fan?" I said, "What on earth does that mean? I like many musicians and singers. If you're looking for adulation, perhaps you should message someone who is 12 and still pins posters on their wall. Or are you that vain that all the conversation you know how to hold is these sorts of teenage questions?" And I left that open-ended, to which I got the following response. "That's too much, okay? Just asking, wanting to know. There's nothing bad about that. So where do you live?" he adds, apropos of nothing very quickly. Again, very much trying to control the conversation. I said, "I'm from Ankh-Morpork, Schmaltzberg to be precise, but living in Australia at the moment for work." And for anyone who doesn't know, Ankh-Morpork and Schmaltzberg neither don't exist. They're all in literature only. To which my scammer takes a little bit of time and comes back with, "Good, Margaret. I'm happy to meet you here. I am sure you already know about me. You must be busy now, I guess," because I was at work. And because I didn't respond, "I know it's very wrong to ask a lady about her age, but I'd like if you could. How old are you?" And then put a snooze emoji. So he's obviously pretending to be wherever Bruno's from, and I've forgotten now, but it was about 8 p.m. American time at this time and quite early in the morning Nigerian time, so I've no doubt our poor little scammer was exhausted. So in response to "Good, Margaret, I'm happy to meet you, and you must already know about me, you must be busy," I said, "Well, it is only 3 p.m. here. Some of us have legit jobs." But the jab went right over his head. And in response to "I know it's very wrong to ask your age," I said, "I'm 32 this year," lying through my teeth. And in response to the snooze emoji, I said, "How are you sleeping already? Isn't it only 8 p.m. or something? 8:03 p.m. exactly, apparently, on a Monday." At which point he responded, "About 10:30 last night. Good morning from here, Margaret. I hope you are having a good time. Sorry I have to leave your message unread. I fell asleep last night holding my phone. That was crazy." Winky tongue out emoji, which is fucking creepy. And he follows on with, "You also must be sleeping by now. I guess I hope to hear from you soon. Have a wonder night. Sleep." Sleeping emoji said no American ever. So at 5 a.m. this morning, I responded, "You fell asleep at 8 p.m. And in response to me also being asleep, I said, "Yes, if you Google the time in Australia, you'll see the time difference." So in response to "You fell asleep at 8, my scammer said, "I have been here waiting for your text," forgetting exactly what he wrote earlier. To which I said, "You fell asleep at 8 p.m. last night?" Again, I asked. "Not really, dear. I was just caught off with some stuff." That ubiquitous stuff that scammers are always busy doing. To which I responded, "You said you fell asleep with your phone in your hand." "It's very early over there," he said, trying to distract me. So I showed him where he said, "Good morning from here. I hope you're having a great day, blah, blah, blah." I fell asleep with my phone in my hand. I said, pointed up. I said, "Yes, many of us have jobs to do, gainful employment," in response to "It very early over there." And in response to "You said you fell asleep with the phone in your hand," my scammer said, "Yes, I do that. Was after I get off the stuff done," whatever that meant, to which I could only think of responding, "Uh-huh." And in response to "Yes, many of us have jobs to do, gainful employment," my scammer, who's an absolute idiot, said, "I'm happy for you. So you up for work or something?" To which I responded, "Wow," absolutely rendered speechless by his lack of intelligence. And in response to "So you're up for work or something," I quite sarcastically inserted, "That is the implication. I thought it was clear. To which he responds with, lol, what's your legit job you're talking about? What's your job? Gainful employment, that must be a very good work over there, he said, pointing again, having forgotten where I'm from. To which I responded, I'm a penguin erector at the Sydney Zoo. And in response to gainful employment, that must be a very good work over there. Now, trigger warning to Americans, I truly do apologize. I said, as opposed to America, absolutely. Americans are poor as fuck. Which triggered my non-American scammer. Hold! I can't believe you honestly said America are poor, lol. Meanwhile, if I may ask, how much do you actually make, huh? Challenging me with nothing, our little Nigerian scammer boy. So, I went off on a rant. I said, on every global scale, while America itself is rich, its citizens live on the poverty line. Their average basic wage is $5 an hour, and only 0.1% of people over there have wealth. This is common knowledge. How do you not know this, having been educated there? Now, obviously, the stats are incorrect. Don't come at me, I was trying to trigger him. So he read it, didn't say anything. So I decided to poke. I said, on every measurable matrix, be it happiness, wealth, or any other global metric, America scores low, like a third world country. Everyone knows this. He read it, didn't say anything. I poked a little more. I said, you yourself have seen the villages of homeless living in tents and boxes in the parks of New York. Again, dead silence. I'd seen that he'd read it, so I poked some more. I live in a country where education is free, healthcare is free, taxes are low, wages are high. All of that's bullshit, guys. Like a lot of European countries. Surely you learnt this at school. And when he read it and didn't respond, I poked a bit more. I'm tenacious, see, guys, and don't worry, we get a response. So I sent him a Google search on American wages are considered low by many due to a combination of factors, yada, yada, yada. You can read that for yourself. I said, read for yourself if you're so unbelieving and blind to what is going on in your own country. It's atrocious. Still, he read everything, several times I would imagine, didn't respond. I kept poking. I said, speaks to the sheer entitlement of the so-called famous and rich that they are so unaware, shaking my head, which got the final response. And here we go. Damn! I don't think it's a better thing for me getting on here talking about something that is not that much important, he said, because I never get over this platform in other to talk about shit like with anyone. I think you have to check out the high rate of American dollar exchange rates in Australia before saying shit here, okay, said my scammer, completely scrambling his words. Unarticulable rage emanating from every pore, even though we know he's not American. So, having triggered my scammer, I turned around and went, ooh, someone got cut. I'm not speaking of the national wealth of the country. I'm speaking of the everyday person, the people getting screwed over by the corrupt government. I guess you aren't educated enough to comprehend global politics and finance, even at your age. Sure sign of the gaps in the American education system, which is also rated as one of the worst in the world. Tisk, tisk. And I continued, besides, you're Hawaiian. Why so cut? I was banking on the fact that this guy doesn't know that Hawaii is an American state. So he read it again, didn't respond. I poked a bit more. I said, believe it or not, the rest of the world isn't desperate to become American. Only people who don't have a clear understanding of work, politics, finance, or human rights. And then when he read it and didn't respond, I said, is this blowing your little noodle? It always does when someone who is an American finds out. Which got a response. That has nothing to do with me, okay, because this whole shit you keep taking about nothing doing with me, all right? I got my personal finances. I never ask anyone before living my life, okay? Meanwhile, I got an orphanage foundation handled myself, okay? So get off this and talk something else. Copy that. ... He was ropeable, guys. He was fucking livid. It was beautiful. To which I went, what on earth are you babbling about? I thought we were having a conversation, and the fact that you think this has nothing to do with you and that you're so triggered and defensive is alarming. Fine. What do you want to discuss if politics and global finances are off the table? In brackets, cue questions about my favourite colour. Yawn. Close bracket. And the unironic indignation is a nice touch. But my Muppet, having been completely livid and thinking he'd blown the scam, wasn't fully comprehending what I was saying, comes back with, well, I'm here all to appreciate my fans for their support towards me and my career, and if you are one, I really appreciate your love and support, God bless you, resorting to his format, because he had nothing to say, because we know he's about 19. To which I responded very sarcastically, that's nice, I'm sure. I'm applauding an undeserved and unearned sentiment. Very nice of you. Obviously being very facetious and ironic, but he does not understand because he's an idiot. Comes back with, thank you so much, in response to being told I was applauding his undeserved and unearned sentiment. You are a very smart and thoughtful person. To which I responded, yes, I am, aren't I? LOL. That's fine, he said, finally sensing a bit of a tone, and shifted gears. What's your work all about? Because he wanted me to then write, while he didn't have to pay attention. So, I obliged the young man. I said, I work at the breeding program at the zoo. We are trying to save the soon-to-be extinct platypus by crossbreeding it with a hardier type of wallaby. That, and the penguins, when I'm not in the lab, of course. They need erecting after the planes go by. The scientific term is zoologist, in case clarification is required, because obviously this guy's a fucktard, which he has seen 33 minutes ago. I have no doubt he will return. I will make a part 2, if and when he does. And I'm going to try and keep the ludicrousness going. I loved triggering him. He was livid, which is why I obviously do have to apologize to my American viewers. I just, you know me, I love triggering these guys. I may even throw in questions of his sexual orientation if this progresses the way I'm hoping it does. Meanwhile, I do have so many viewer submissions to get through. I have recorded or started recording some of them. I am so sorry. Please do. I do see your emails. Please do keep sending them through. Like I said, I've been going through a bit of an emotional rough patch, but getting there. So please expect posts a lot more. And again, I'm sorry for not sharing more with you guys. I should have. You're all so lovely and understanding, and I love you all. So like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. We're going to do a trash cleaning session very soon and clear out all my fails, which are plenty. So love you all. Talk to you soon. Bye.